Good morning. Can you guys hear me okay? Good? Woo! All right. One, thank you so much for having me. My name is Brandon Tseng. I am the president and co-founder of Shield AI. Our mission at Shield AI is to protect service members and civilians with artificially intelligent systems. Yesterday was 10 years at Shield AI. I started the company May 26, 2015. Today, we are a 1,000-person company. We have raised $1.3 billion US dollars in capital. We are valued at $5.3 billion, all going towards building the world's best AI pilots. The easiest way to think about an AI pilot is self-driving technology for unmanned systems, autonomy for unmanned systems. It enables them to perceive their environment, think about their environment, and act in their environment, all without GPS, without communications, without a remote pilot. It enables the concept of swarming or teaming. But before I play a quick, fun video, hopefully you guys can hear me even better now. Fun fact about me, my last time in Korea, I was in 2012. I was at SEAL Team 7, participating in the Ulchi Freedom Guardian exercise that we would do annually. Got to go to Seoul, Kunsan, Chinhae, and Busan, and got the opportunity to work with ROK SEALs, which was a lot of fun. And the last fun fact was I used to want to be a movie director when I was very young, and so I thought I would kick it off with a fun video that helps you visualize what I mean by AI pilots. So if we can play this video.
To master dogfighting can take 8 to 10 years. We were able to run that simulation 24/7 to get something like 30 years of pilot training time in 10 months. We went from barely able to control the aircraft to being just a stone-cold assassin.
My name's Mike Benitez. I'm a lieutenant colonel in the U.S. Air Force, and I'm a weapons school graduate.
Right in the merge. Ooh, now you're gone. One of the more interesting strategies our AI developed was what we call face shot. Usually, a human wants to shoot from behind. They don't try face shots because you're playing a game of chicken. The AI, unless it's told to fear death, will not fear death. Good night.
I'm dead. It's humbling to know that I might not even be the best thing for this mission. And that thing could be something that replaces me one day.
So that is from a Netflix documentary called Killer Robots, but what it was highlighting was our AI pilot back in 2020. And so back in 2020, our AI pilot in simulation was winning 99.9% of every engagement that it would encounter, both in human engagement, meaning it beat human pilots every single time in any single dogfight. In 2022, Shield AI did the first ever AI-piloted F-16 dogfights. In 2023, we did the first ever AI-piloted F-16 versus human-piloted F-16 dogfights. In 2024, our Secretary of the Air Force rode in the back of an F-16 that was piloted by our AI. We continue to put this AI on a number of different platforms. This is a picture of the F-16 pilot. When he is in the cockpit of his aircraft, he hits a button, and the AI takes over the fighter jet. And all of this work is going towards this next generation of unmanned fighter jets, unmanned systems, not only in the air, but on the sea, undersea, on the land, and in space. And so what I'm going to talk to you about today is the profound impact that AI and autonomy is going to have on national security, on global stability, on militaries worldwide. So I love this, this quote, "change or die." It's traditionally used in the business context, but I think it matters not only in business, but in government, in military and national security, global stability. And it comes from this idea that new technology catalyzes organizational change. And so I highlight up here, back in World War II, the US Navy operated under a battleship construct. But then this new technology came out, airplanes that were being launched from ships, and it fundamentally shifted every single military, the U.S. Navy, and how it operated for the next 80 years. We shifted over to a carrier battle group where our aircraft carriers became the pinnacle of conventional deterrence. AI pilots and autonomy are going to have a more profound impact than carrier aviation did to militaries worldwide. And you see a quote here from President Trump saying this just in his first few days of office, essentially talking about AI pilots and that technology is changing and that we have to be out in front. So the future is autonomy. The future is autonomous. You see here a number of quotes from technology leaders. Elon Musk saying the future wars are really going to be drone wars. If your drones are better than their drones, then you win. You see Jensen Huang talking about the next wave of AI is here. Robotics powered by physical AI will revolutionize industries. 100% true. We are in the age of autonomy. It is going to have not only a profound impact on consumer life, on businesses worldwide, but also on militaries and how the industrial base supports our militaries. And so talking a bit about where we are today and how I think about this problem, today's force structure, it's really disadvantaged centralized mass. And I'm glad that Mr. Tseng previously was talking about what was going on in Russia and Ukraine, because if you look at those battlefields today, you can see that centralized mass, expensive mass, doesn't really have a place on the battlefield. These are when I mean it doesn't have a place, you have these very expensive, very exquisite military assets, whether they're $40 million helicopters, $100 million drones, that are highly vulnerable to very, very cheap weapon systems. It means these assets are very easy to kill, they're expensive to build, they take a long time to build, and they're not being used on the battlefields today. And what we're moving towards is a hybrid force architecture, one that is dominated by intelligent, affordable mass. The Air Force, our US Air Force, would call this a high-low hybrid force architecture where you would have some exquisite assets. You're not getting rid of every single fighter jet. You're going to have some F-35s, but they are going to be augmented by many, 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 many more cheap, intelligent, autonomous drones. And the key to this is the autonomy, because you can build 1 million drones, you can build 10 million drones, but you cannot field the personnel to actually pilot, command, fly those unmanned systems. That's where autonomy is the true unlock for any military worldwide as they think about moving to this new force structure. And you're beginning to see that. Shield AI has seen that in Russia, Ukraine. We are seeing our US military move towards this hybrid force architecture. You're seeing the Chinese move, the PRC move towards this force architecture, one that is dominated by millions of drones, not thousands, not tens of thousands, not hundreds of thousands, but millions of drones. And that will have a profound impact on militaries worldwide, just like naval carrier aviation did. And so, going along with some of the US political commentary here is we need to doge our military assets. And so what you're going to find over these next several years is that the same mission that has traditionally been done by a $100 million fighter jet will now be done by a $20 million fighter jet. What you have there, an MQ-4 Triton, $100 million aircraft. Below that is Shield AI's $1 million VBAT. We are operating 24 hours a day, 7 days a week in Ukraine while GPS is jammed, while communications is jammed, doing the exact same mission as these $100 million aircraft do. And then on the weapons side, you see $6 million missiles. These are our SM-6, these are our Tomahawks. Those missions are now being executed by thousands of these one-way attack drones. And again, the critical enabler in all of this is the AI, it is the autonomy. And I'll point out one really interesting observation that I've had as we move towards this new paradigm in terms of how militaries structure their forces, and that it mirrors the compute industry. And so if you'll bear with me, the analogy that I'll make is in the compute industry, we went from desktop computers to laptop computers. Now everybody in the world has a mobile phone, right? There's probably 100 times more mobile phones than there are desktop computers. The military analogy here is that, prior to 2001, we were using fighter jets, we were using helicopters. The United States and our allies, we learned to fight from 2001 to 2020 with very expensive drones, but they were less expensive than these fighter jets. And that would be our laptop computers. And now, as we move to this age of intelligent, affordable, autonomous drones, those are our mobile phones, right? They're ubiquitous, they're used by everybody, they're the go-to solution. But what I find most interesting is that very similar to the compute industry, where the United States, we went from desktops to laptops to mobile phones, but many countries in the world, whether they were India, whether they were African countries, whether they were South American countries, they completely skipped the desktop and laptop infrastructure and went straight to mobile computing. What we are seeing today is some countries are seizing the opportunity and going straight to intelligent, affordable mass because they haven't invested in these large legacy conventional assets. They don't have a carrier strike group that they have to shift away from. And so they can quickly move to this intelligent, affordable, autonomous mass concept that I was just highlighting. And so as we think about it, and I share Jensen Huang's thoughts, he's said, repeated a number of times, every country must take control of its AI destiny. Shield AI, we encourage every country, every business to take control of their autonomy destiny, right? You don't want to leave it up to any single, to the United States. You don't want to leave it up to someone else to take control of your autonomy destiny. You want to take control of it, which is why we recently launched a product that enables companies, that enables governments to build AI and autonomy the exact same way that Shield AI does. And so we use that product, and companies use that product to quickly deploy, to build their own AI pilots, their own autonomy, to put on their own physical systems. And that's what we're working with a number of South Korean companies on, what we want to work with the South Korean government on, to enable their industrial base to make this shift towards this autonomous age. And so this is quickly just a
Shield AI's complete autonomy solution
video
is here.
on this product.
Now you can create, deploy, and own your autonomy with the same cutting-edge developer tools and infrastructure that power the world's most advanced AI pilots on F-16s, Firejets, VBATs, and MQ-20s. Take control of autonomy development by bringing the world's most robust end-to-end autonomy software ecosystem in-house and build your own indigenous autonomy. With HiveMind Enterprise, you can design, test, and deploy resilient AI-powered autonomy on any unmanned system, without reliance on Shield AI or third parties. HiveMind Enterprise consists of 4 pillars: Edge OS, Pilot, Forge, and Commander. Edge OS provides a robust, scalable, and highly performant runtime middleware. Pilot provides resilient autonomy at the edge. Commander provides mission planning tools and command and control interfaces for HiveMind Pilot. Forge provides the AI factory for test and evaluation. Forge employs a scenario-based testing methodology, empowering developers to create custom scenarios with dynamic agent roles and execute automated tests that seamlessly spin up simulations, analysis, and visualizations. Forge lets you define test cases by configuring executions for SIL, HIL, and more, while imposing custom acceptance criteria to ensure reliable results. During test SIL execution, Forge seamlessly orchestrates complex software tests, integrating multiple components for robust software performance. Forge delivers scalable analysis, visualization, and collaboration on simulation data, turning complex results into actionable insights for your entire team. Behavior tree introspection with Forge and Foxglove offers real-time visibility into an agent's thought process. Color-coded nodes reveal when tasks succeed, fail, or run, ensuring you fully understand and validate every decision. Advanced scenarios and associated behaviors, like this example featuring 2 autonomous jets conducting air patrol in close proximity, can be built by HiveMind-enabled engineers in a matter of days. As we push the boundaries of AI and autonomous systems, HiveMind's advanced capabilities are delivering real-world breakthroughs, from the battlefields of Ukraine to making history with manned-unmanned firejet teams. These achievements underscore the rapid, flexible, and operationally ready nature of HiveMind Enterprise, paving the way for truly scalable mission autonomy from ISR to strike, on both current and next-gen aircraft.
Thank you so much. Again, really appreciate the opportunity to speak with you all today. Excited to discuss AI and autonomy as it relates to national security and how we can support Korean industry and the Korean government and military. Thank you.